All right, the SABC's commercial television channel SABC3 will be launching a brand new show called Speaking Frankly, or Frankly Speaking, actually, I've just mixed it all up. Frankly Speaking. The show will be hosted by renowned media personality Onkgopotse JJ Tabane, who is one of South Africa's leading media and communication experts. This program is an interactive show that will use Skype, social media, everything to encourage viewer participation. JJ is here, he's on the white couch. Welcome again.
No, thank you, Leon. We've been interviewing you for more than 15 years.
No, not more than 15 years. We've spoken about this.
I think people may start saying Leon exit now.
You think so? I know. Maybe I can get a show like yours. I can move on to another one. Well done.
No, thank you. Thank you very much.
That is so awesome that you've now got your own TV show, bringing in your guests, bringing in viewers' involvement. Talk to me about the format. How's it going to work?
Well, simply, we're gonna open with what we call an opinion piece. You know, on my radio show, they call it the rant, but we'll try and become on TV, you know. But basically an opinion piece just saying, this is what's irritating me today or exciting me this week, you know, just to sketch, you know, and give a forward tone. And then we go into the one-on-one tough interview with the top 10 questions that we will ask people who are coming. We don't have time for long, you know, stories, and it's not a PR platform. This is what we're talking frankly, cutting through the clutter, talking about the state of our nation.
Yeah.
You remember my book, Let's Talk Frankly, where I was writing to people, writing to politicians. Now I'm inviting some of those to come and say, all right, fine, let's talk about now, how do you see the state of our nation? And it's not just politicians, it's also civic society leaders, it's business leaders. And sometimes we just pick ordinary people who have a lot of opinion, who either are writers or people who call regularly into radio and TV stations to just hear their views, so that we are able to then say, after 28 years of Mandela having walked out of Victor Vesta, what have we done to live up to that legacy? And then at the end, we then look at social media now to see how the interaction will go. From time to time when we have special broadcasts, we will also take calls. So that's format number one. Format number two is a debate. So instead of this interview, we'll then bring people who are debating about something on the polarized sides of each other and get them to debate family. Hopefully, at some point, we to stretch to an hour. But for now, we're talking 30 minutes.
Show. It's a lot to cram into, and it's always difficult.
Yeah. And then the last
enemy on television.
And then the last format, which will be occasional, will go now to town halls around the country.
Great.
Where we now bring communities to sit in a round circle and just debate issues that are burning them in their particular community. So we won't just sit in studio all the time. We'll try and go around the country and around the world. In March, we'll be probably you know, going to interview some heads of states at the APRM 15th anniversary celebrations. That will match your 15th anniversary on television, right? So we'll talk to some key heads of state to say, what is the state of our continent? What is the state of leadership? So we'll be having some frank dialogues with some key leaders across the world.
I'm loving the enthusiasm, which is so important. And I think all of this is coming at a time where the narrative at the SABC is also changing. I mean, you were very vocal against the SABC at one stage, and the biasness.
Really?
Yeah,
Serious?
Absolutely, you were, along with a lot of other people. And I mean, it's not a secret. You know, it's out there, and then I think know this is just another sign of the SABC wanting to give the voice to the people,
Look,
wanting to be a lot more transparent.
Let's be frank. I mean, the kind of board you have is a board of robust, credible. No, I'm telling you, the kind of board you have now. It's credible, robust individuals. I mean, Bongo Musa Makatini doesn't take any prisoners. He's a cutthroat chap. He's a very straight down the line chap. I tell you, you're going to see changes. And he was, you know, he didn't even know I'm coming here. He said, wow, these people are going to get us into trouble with you there. But the issue is we got to all pull together. The SABC belongs to all of us. And we can't sit outside and just point the finger. We've got to say, what can I do to contribute to make this a fantastic broadcaster it should be?
Yeah, which is important because at the end of the day, I mean, people tune into it. And a lot of people only rely on the SABC for their information. And the hard questions have to be asked.
No, absolutely.
It offends some people, but you have to make the decision for yourself.
Yeah, no, look, offending in a public debate is part of the story. I just think we just need to keep the debate clean and be able to know that we can disagree without being disagreeable. But one thing that irritates the hell out of me is politicians who don't want to be questioned. You know, there's nothing that politicians hate like being criticized. Even if it's just a mild criticism. where you say to somebody, maybe you shouldn't have said this in this way, they still get irritated.
Yeah.
And then you got another extreme case of politicians who are just bad. Now, those guys have gotten away a lot, right, in terms of not being questioned. So they want to come to an interview where it's going to be all nice and polite.
Yeah.
Now, frankly speaking, it's not a PR platform. So I'm just taking out to my fellow communicators. If you want PR, don't come to that show.
This is not the show.
We're not interested. We're talking here about, please, we've got 55% of people living under poverty. What are you doing to change that?
Yeah.
Don't come here with stories, come here with, mumbling off and so on. What are you doing to change that? Right? And if you can't answer that, please don't bother, because we don't have all night, unfortunately. We only have 30 minutes and probably an hour on some days.
And you need to get it snappy. Who's your first guest? Who is your first guest?
I can't say, but, I'm hoping to...
Speak frankly to me here.
I'm hoping to get one of the presidents, whoever will be president on Sunday.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
So it's a live show,
Otherwise,
obviously, with social
a
media.
live show.
It's a live show.
Yeah, but we'll announce on Sunday.
What do you think? Do you think it's going to happen this weekend? Do you think it's going to happen today?
I would like it to happen today. Let me be frank. But we don't know. Anything can happen in South Africa, I prophesied in one of my pieces in the Huffington Post that Zuma will leave in June. He's going to do everything not to leave.
Yeah.
And it's partly it's because of what trying to lower my own expectations. It's so stressful trying to get Zuma to go for the last 2 years.
If you had to have President Jacob Zuma as your very first guest, or as a guest, what would you ask him? What would be that first question?
First of all, I like President Zuma's charm. When President Zuma talks to you, he's not an aloof sort of chap who sits back on a throne. He actually leans towards you and is very animated. So I look forward to interviewing him. I've been trying to invite him to my radio show for the last 2 years without success. I'm hoping that now that he will not be too busy being president, he'll have time to come to the show.
Yeah.
And I will ask him, what could you have done differently on Ngandla saga? Because that saga dragged the ANC down the drain for 2 years. And by the way, if he just responded and said, I'll pay back the money, on the first week that the report came out, there would not have been so much drama. You would not have given the EFF so much, song and dance of pay back the money the whole time. And so I want to ask him, what do you think you could have done differently? Secondly, what are the things that we do want us to remember you with outside the scandals? Just are there things that you think this is what South Africa or history will remember Jacob Zuma's 10 years almost of presidency with? That's really, I would like to know how he feels about that. And then, of course, I would like him to sing on my show.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah. Or we'll bring a band.
You'll bring a band. Bring a choir, rather. No, I don't think he needs a band. He'll just have a whole choir going. Listen, I'm really looking forward to. Give me details. SABC 3?
SABC 3.
Sunday night?
Sunday night at 8:30.
8:30?
Live here from Auckland Park. And it's going to be exciting. I really look forward to it, and I hope that we will obviously use social media a lot, so people will be tweeting and so on. But as I said, from time to time, maybe we'll open some lines. But in the first few shows, we're just going to do social media, and we'll get that kind of input.
Fantastic.
And so on. And people will also be told in advance who the guest is, so they can say, this is what you must ask the guest.
Exactly. Get it in. Get those questions through.
Yes.
JJ, I will be tuning into SABC 3 on Sunday night to find out who your first guest is. Could be the next president of the country.
Absolutely.
Or not. Who knows? I look forward to it. JJ, I've loved the journey with you so far, and I really do look forward to more that you have up your sleeve. Onkgopotse JJ Tabane talking to us about his brand new show that'll be launching on SABC 3. It's called Frankly Speaking, Sunday night at 8:30. Let's take a break.